Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Des Moines, Iowa. We are at the Des Moines Ice Arena to bring you United States Hockey League action this afternoon. I'm Larry Burnett. With me is Glenn Sonmore, former coach of the Minnesota North Stars, of course, and we'll be calling the action for you this afternoon as the St. Paul Vulcans take on the Des Moines, Iowa Buccaneers. And it's going to be two interesting teams on the ice because we've got the hottest shooting team in this league, the Buccaneers, going against the team with the best goaltending, the St. Paul Vulcans, Glenn.
Yes, it is a classic matchup. The Vulcans have done an excellent job of keeping their goals against the best in the league, and Des Moines, led by a familiar name, Scott Perper, leading the league in two very high-powered lines. So it's going to be one of those real matchups where defense often wins, but a real fine hockey game.
So it's going to be a showdown here in Des Moines this afternoon. We'll be here to bring you all the action. These two teams have battled the last two times out to overtimes, and last night St. Paul had to go to overtime to win 5-4. So it's a hot competition, and we'll be bringing you all the action this afternoon from Des Moines, and we'll be back with the opening face-off after we take this time out.
I'm Neil Murray. Join me Monday as On Your Behalf takes on the promoters of Tumorex, an alleged cure for cancer. You'll witness the heartbreaking experiences of some Minnesota cancer victims that ultimately sends the On Your Behalf investigative team on a trail of fraud from here to Phoenix, Arizona, and Tijuana, Mexico. Many of these cancer victims have been duped at a going rate of $3,000 each. I'll see you Monday night on the Eyewitness News Update. It's On Your Behalf.
Channel 5, Eyewitness News, the news specialists. We're the team.
It's Mad's once-a-year only President's Day sale and tent auction.
We're liquidating $1 million worth of stuff from manufacturers, from distributors, from national wholesalers.
Stereos, video recorders, jewelry, housewares, you set the price.
Look, this is George talking.
Honest?
Honest, Abe. Look, we got a tent at Mad Video on Highway 12 at Florida. Rain or shine, everything's being sold to the highest bidder.
You could buy this for as low as 10 cents on the dollar.
Are you crazy?
No, Mad.
Concentration. Practice. Energy to go the distance, no matter what your sport. Your best sources of energy are the carbohydrates in fruits, vegetables, grains, and many dairy foods. So be your best in all you do. Practice often and eat smart. It's the way to win.
I thought for sure my daughter was going to make me move into a nursing home because she thinks I can't get around well enough by myself. I like it here. All my things are the way I want them, and I've got so many dear friends.
Home Services is a Medicare-certified nonprofit home health care organization providing skilled nursing, physical and occupational therapy, light housekeeping, and more. For all your temporary and long-term health care needs, call Home Services at this number.
All right, we're back at the Des Moines Ice Arena, and no matter who you're rooting for this afternoon, you're going to have a battle of Minnesotans in the nets. First of all, for the St. Paul Vulcans, you'll be looking at Brad Ryan out of Faribault. He's got a 3.05 goals against average, and really what's interesting about him is a 90.76 percentage on saves. That means he stops about 9 out of 10 shots that they throw at him. And down the other end of the ice, it's going to be a young man from Minnetonka, Jim Dalton, number 1 in goal for the Des Moines Buccaneers. 5.62 actually his goals against at this point, and he is a good one. So we're going to see a couple of Minnesotans battling it out as we look ahead to the opening face-off. And let's go down to the ice for that action. There's the referees for this afternoon. You'll see the referee, J.C. Carey, in the middle, linesman Jeff Dubé, and Scott Zingerman. Let's put them to work, folks. Let's play hockey. You'll be seeing the Buccaneers on the left. They are in the light jerseys. St. Paul Vulcans on the right. They are in the red jerseys. Steve Watucky wins the opening faceoff, and the Vulcans get it back to Gary Keeger. They're on the move. Buccaneers having trouble clearing it out of their own zone. Watucky keeps it in. Perper back behind his own net. This is the young man to keep an eye on this afternoon. He clears it to Bob Anzalone, and it's taken away by Watucky at center ice. Perper clears it once again. It's going to go back into the zone. Brad Ryan's going to get a bead on it. Pushes it aside. Eric Dornfeld gets it out front to Jim Paranto, and Paranto flips it down into the Buccaneer zone. And we're going to have icing. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the United States Hockey League and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of pictures, descriptions, and accounts of the game without the express written consent of covered broadcasting is prohibited. Back to action here, first period at the Des Moines Ice Arena. And the Vulcans are giving chase back in that Buccaneer zone. Pat Woods gets the puck up ahead. And here come the Buccaneers. That's Woods taking it into the Vulcan zone. He drops it off for Mishler. And a traffic jam. Coming out with it is Woods, and he puts one through the crease. No damage done. Still early in the first period. And the Buccaneers trying to make something happen. Instead, it's taken away by Jeff Simmer. And here come the Vulcans. Tom Fulmer tries to go after it. He can't get it. And once again, here comes the Buccaneers. The shot off the post by Richards. And time to regroup as the Vulcans change on the fly. Pat Woods has it. Flips it out to Richards. And Richards tries to get the Buccaneers moving here in the first period. Bill Emiott, boy, he gets all over the ice. Number 22, he breaks up that one just in front of the Vulcans bench. And the chase is on. Todd Johnson gets to the puck. Mike Brickley now back in the corner, number 18. Gets it out in front, nobody's there. Puck slidden back in by Rob Hubbard at the blue line. And Brickley gives chase back in the corner. Taken away by DeMann, and here come the Buccaneers. All right, the Vulcans take charge in their own zone right now. And Jeff Lozier keeps the puck in. Big hit back there on Sean Sable. Paul Pence made the hit. And once again, the Buccaneers keep it in the zone. Sable tries to tip it away, can't get it. Rob Hubbard in his own zone flips it back out into the neutral zone. And we've got an offside.
We're kind of feeling each other out a little bit here, Larry. This was, according to all accounts, a rugged physical game last night with a lot of double penalties and a lot of what we might call aggressive type penalties in the game. And they're a little tentative now, but I expect that we're going to see much the same kind of game here this afternoon.
All right, Scott Perper facing off with Steve Watucky. Watucky on the right, wearing number 15 for the Vulcans. Puck comes out to Pat Gibbons. He can't hang on to it as Anselmo puts it back behind the goal. In giving chase is Perper. He can't get to it. Vulcans having trouble clearing it out of their own zone once again. A shot that goes wide. This is Pat Gibbons trying to make something happen here for the Vulcans. Gets it out of the neutral zone. That's about as far as it goes until Gary Keeger takes over. He flips it in, and giving chase is Gibbons back in the corner. He goes down hard. Watucky at the corner of the net, out in front, and it's missed by Jim Carano. The shot by Keeger, and it's blocked. And here comes Anzalone with the long shot. Goes way wide, and Keeger picks it up in his own zone. Puck goes out. Buccaneers will have to regroup. They're waiting for Anzalone to clear the zone. He does. And it's Anzalone giving chase, but it's Gary Keeger who comes up with the puck in his own corner. And Gibbons gives it the long flip. The Vulcans decide to change lines. And the Buccaneers start things all over again. Tobin brings it out, takes the shot, breaks his stick as he does. And Jeff Simmer intercepts before it gets into the crease. Vulcans having trouble really carrying that puck here early in the first period. We've got 16:05 remaining, still no score at the Des Moines Ice Arena. And we've got a stoppage of play with 16:03 remaining. As you said, a little bit of ragtag here, and the Vulcans, Glenn, having some trouble carrying that puck when they want to.
Yeah, they didn't look sharp coming out of their own end there, Larry. This is a fairly aggressive Des Moines team. I was impressed by that big gangly captain of theirs, Tobin, is a very, him handling the puck down, a very aggressive type player.
Jay Cates taking the puck away. He's a good one. Still stays on the puck. Takes it around behind the net and flips it out to Simmer at the blue line. And they're going to have to regroup. That one came outside to Jerry Schmidt. So they back it up and they start it all over again. This is Hagelin going to Fulmer. Fulmer, number 8. Back behind the net. Looks for somebody to center. Can't find anybody. It's in the corner. Cates takes it. This is the number 1 line for this Vulcan team, and they can make things happen. This time they don't. But it's Simmer taking over back by his own blue line. Over to Fulmer. Back to Cates. Intercepted there by Steve Hammer, but he can't hang on, and Cates clears it out of the Vulcan zone. Dan Richards has it taken away by Fulmer. I'll tell you what I like about this line is they keep putting the pressure on. Fulmer tries to get it by Dalton, can't, as Cates goes in sliding. And Fulmer gets wrapped up with Hammer in the corner, and we're going to have a face-off just to the right of Jim Dalton. Well, there's a break in the action here with no score in the first period, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Get that special feeling on KSTP with great movies, 5-star movies. This week it's The Graduate.
Mrs. Robinson, here we are. You got me into your house. You give me a drink. You put on music. Now you start opening up your personal life to me and tell me your husband won't be home for hours.
So?
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
The Graduate, Saturday night at 11 on Channel 5.
Back to action here at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore. The face-off in the Des Moines end. And it comes back to Rob Hubbard. The shot off the skate by Jeff Loser. Sean Sable now at center ice. Flips it back to Hubbard. And Hubbard dumps it into the Buccaneer zone. Keith Kova back there to get it. He gets it out. And once again, Sable with a little poke check there. Loses the puck. Ryan has to go back and get it away from his own goal. This is Todd Johnson. He's got some convoy action in front of him. He gets it up to Emiot. Emiot looking for Brickley. And we're going to have icing. So they'll bring it all the way back, and we'll have a face-off. 14:30 remaining in the first period here at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Still no score. As we told you last night, they had a barn burner here. It went to overtime, and Jerry Schmidt won it for the Vulcans with a goal in overtime, 5-4. Vulcans coming into the game with a 29-9-0 record. They are on top of the USHL standings. Steve Watucky in to take the face-off. Instead, it comes back to the Buccaneers. This is Jim Parado. The race is on. Can't get it by as Dalton climbs on top of it, still giving chase. It's Pat Gibbons. And a heads-up play by Dalton.
It certainly was. The goalkeeper lost his glove in the action there, Dalton, and it was a very heads-up play when that puck popped loose. The goalkeeper reacted. Dalton reacted very well, too, and what looked like a real dangerous chance turned out to really be nothing.
Young man from Minnetonka doing a good job. We'll have Perper facing off now with Steve Watucky. That's Watucky number 15 for the Vulcans. Puck taken away by Des Moines, and now it comes back to the Vulcans. This is Dornfeld trying to get it to center ice. It's taken away. This is Bob Anzalone trying to center for Bishkup, and he misses. Erickson has the puck, number 2, flips it into the zone. It's off a stick, and it goes up into the crowd. So we'll have go ahead, Glenn.
We saw 2 or 3 examples of what coaches always hate to see, the last man with the puck trying to make that extra play and not getting it up right ahead. You know, we preach. Don't be trying to deke anybody when you're last man. We saw 2 or 3 defensemen do that one after the other, each resulting in a good scoring chance, none of which have been capitalized upon.
Jay Cates wins the draw on this one. It goes back to Simmer. He sets it up with Jerry Schmidt, and here comes Simmer. Headmans it to Hagelin. Hagelin takes it in across the blue line. Tries to center for Cates, and he shoots wide. Tries to backhand it, no good. It goes over into the corner. Bulmer's over there giving chase. Cates gives chase. It's out in front, and it's picked aside by Perper. This is Bob Anzalone. He's hit hard by Simmer, but he clears the puck. Jerry Schmidt, he had that winning goal last night. Leaves it back for Simmer. And the Vulcans trying to regroup here. Hagelin gets it up to Fulmer, but he can't get to it. Here come the Buccaneers. It's Perper. Look out. Simmer takes it away before any damage is done. John Hagelin now taking it, trying to get it out of the zone. Simmer trying it, misses for it. Now he flips it off the boards. Once again, the Vulcans having trouble getting it out of their own zone. Erickson back through the legs to Anzalone. He flips it back into the corner of the Vulcan zone. And while the Buccaneers change lines, the Vulcans will try to get something motivated. Off the stick of Hagelin, it's going to go all the way down to the end of the ice, and we'll have icing once again.
We saw there, Larry, what we'll probably see a lot of the matchup of the 2 top lines, and probably the 2 top centermen in the United States Hockey League. Jay Cates head-to-head with Scott Perper. was a pretty even saw-off right then, but two excellent explosive lines and two of probably the best players, or perhaps the two best players in the United States Hockey League. Jay Cates, the leader for the Vulcans, and Scott Perper, a famous hockey name in this part of the country.
All right, we've got 12:46 remaining here in the first period. Still no score. U.S. Hockey League action continues after we take this timeout.
I'm Bob Stafford, a Mako Auto Body Center owner. With inflation running wild, why spend $8,000 or $10,000 on a new car when for a few $100s you can add life and beauty to your present car? Now, during Mako's chain-wide winter sale, we'll change your car from this drab, dull look to this great new look with our Supreme paint job, the very best Mako offers, and at half its regular price. That's right, half price if you act now.
The Mako Supreme paint job, regularly $359.95 for only $180.
Mako, 6 Twin City locations. Offer ends March 16th.
We're back to action here at the Des Moines Ice Arena, ready for the face-off just to the left of Brad Ryan. And we'll have to wait to do it right as Mike Brickley steps through the circle. That's Jeff Lozer facing off with Bill Emiott. And Brickley tries to get it out. He does. It's out at center ice, and that's where Imbryn picks it up for the Buccaneers. Lozer going after it, but it's Sean Sable who comes up with it. And we got an offsides. You know, you talked about the two top lines, and if I'm Ivan Prediger, the coach of the Buccaneers, I got to figure if I can get a standoff with my first line, I've probably got the edge with my second and third lines.
Yes, he has two very productive lines, whereas Kevin Hartzell and the Vulcans have been going pretty well, getting most of their scoring from the one line. Although, interestingly, the Vulcans get a lot of offensive production from their defensemen.
Hard hitting down in the corner. Mike Brickley taking the brunt of it, but now he's got the puck looking for somebody to center to. It's out in front, and it's picked aside by the Buccaneers. Number 19, Jeff Imbryn, did the dirty work right there. Puck back inside now as the Vulcans change lines. Brickley does the hit. This one's out to Watucky, the long shot, and it's up off the glass and over the glass, so we're going to have a face-off.
We are seeing a little attempt at line juggling, I think, here, Larry. Kevin Hartzell is trying to get one of his lines out there. He changed on the fly. Now with the stoppage of play, of course, Des Moines being the home team will have the last change, and they'll be able to get the matchup they want right now.
Steve Watucky going against Steve Hammer of the Buccaneers. Pat Gibbons trying to keep it into that Buccaneers zone. And now it's out in the neutral zone. Watucky going after it. Mishler puts it on goal. It's going to be taken back there by Gary Keeger. Buccaneers putting a little pressure on here in the first period. 11:42 remaining, and still no score. Two-line pass. It's going to mean a stoppage of play. And we're going to have another face-off. This one just inside the Vulcan zone. Well, the Buccaneers coming into this game with an 18-20-1 record. 4 of their losses have been to these St. Paul Vulcans. Gary Keeger, the defenseman, the captain of this Vulcan team. Steve Watucky now at center ice. Gets it across the blue line. Gibbons is going down the center. Can he get it to him? Around the back. Watucky still with the puck out in front, and Gibbons can't get a stick on it. Keeger out at the blue line. Flips it back in. Watucky goes in. Out in front of the shot. Well, Dalton made the save, but he didn't know he did it.
He committed kind of a cardinal sin looking back in the net. For the I used to say to the goalkeepers, don't look in there. If it's in there, it's too late. But he made a fine save, and happily it wasn't in the net. But you watch the pass right back in the slot, a quick shot, the save, looked back in the net, but the puck is just to the side, and they were able to take it under trouble.
Well, Jim Dalton uses one of his 9 lives, probably his second one. He used one earlier when he came out to stop a shot. Jay Cates with his line out on the ice now going against Perper. So we see those number 1 lines going at it once again. Hagelin trying to do something with the puck down in the corner. Perper goes in after it, gets it out. And Simmer takes it away at the blue line, keeps it alive for the Vulcans. Gary Schmidt loosens it at center ice. It's a 2-on-1 break. Fed across Ryan with the save off the stick. That one went up way high, and nice to have a big pad if you're a goaltender, isn't it?
It was Ryan's turn to make the big save, which kept the Vulcans even. You watch an outstanding chance here. Tries to slide it across. It comes sliding through. He tips it at the last second, and Ryan stands there very solidly. Refused to move and handled it very well.
Pretty decent block by Jeff Simmer, number 3 there, too, going down on the ice to slow that one up.
Yes, an excellent play.
Rob Hubbard working in some heavy traffic over there with Mike Brickley. It's Emiot who comes up with the puck. And now it's back over to the Buccaneers. Sable going after it hard, but he can't hang on to it. Here's Perper. Look out. He's got Anzalone down the middle. Todd Johnson trying to take it away. He's tied up by Bishkup. And here comes Brickley. The shot, and it's off the pads. Brickley just about knocked it back with his hand that time. And Brickley having a few words over on the far corner with Paul Erickson, number 2, just off to the left of the goaltender. There's the traffic jam. Obviously exchanging pleasantries over in the corner. As we said, last night's game was a little rough and tumble, a lot of aggressive action. Let's take a look at that last play again. You see Brickley coming in.
Yes, another good shot from the slot and very well played. Goalkeeper's got that. Dalton's very quick right leg. He's kicked 2 or 3 out from there.
And he's not afraid to come away from the crease either, Glenn. We've seen that early, haven't we?
He's staying out well. Notice here, Larry, that Kevin Hartzell using Billy Emiot part of the time on Perper. They left Perper out there a long time, but Emiot is a tremendously feisty little guy and very good checking centerman, and I'm sure Kevin's not afraid to leave him out against Perper part of the time.
Jay Cates now facing off with Jeff Lozer. Left there for Fulmer. He can't hang on to it. Cates taps it back in front and then gets the shot. It goes over the net. Cates is all over the ice. This is one fine hockey player. Shot right there. It goes wide to the left. Schmidt keeps it back in. Buccaneers trying to get it out. Reinicke can't do it. Fulmer back there to give chase. He's dangerous from that position. Out in front. Cates can't get a stick on it. Schmidt keeps it into the blue line. Hagelin going after it now, trying to get something going, but Pence is back there to stop it. Barry Schmidt with the check, and once again, the puck goes outside the Buccaneer zone. 9:46 remaining here in the first period. Still no score. Big check there by Pence on Jeff Zimmer. There's Tom Fulmer taking it into the Buccaneer zone, leaving it for Zimmer. The shot, the save by Dalton. The puck is loose, and over in the corner. The Buccaneers send it the full length of the ice, and it's going to be icing.
As you pointed out earlier, Larry, Dalton sure does stand well out there and challenges you continually, and he's been very effective with that. But we worry sometimes about goalkeepers getting too far back in the crease, and he's right out. Here he is again, right out at him. They're really giving you nothing to shoot at. He did an excellent job of staying up until he had the puck and then smothered it, but challenged the shooter the whole way.
All right, Steve Watucky facing off with Steve Hammer. And the puck goes back into the corner, blocked away there, kept in by Dornfeld. He takes the shot, and it's off the skate of Dan Richards. Dornfeld giving chase again. Here comes Hammer on Keeger. The shot goes wide. Watucky now, bouncing it off the boards. It goes way ahead for Jim Parado. Here comes Dalton, way out. You have to give him about a 9.5 on that slide, I think, Glenn.
He might be overdoing that, challenging the shooter just a little bit.
All right, the puck back in the Buccaneers zone, deep in the corner. Watucky's over there, tries to get it away, and he can't. Mishler flips it out, it goes off the skate. And they're doing a lot of dancing, but nobody's winning the contest so far. Mike Brickley trying to take it in. This is Jim Parado, and we've got an offsides. Still no score, first period here at the Des Moines Ice Arena. 8:32 remaining. St. Paul Vulcans taking on the Des Moines, Iowa Buccaneers in United States Hockey League action. Barry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore, our statistician Barry Fritz. You see some of the crowd here at the Des Moines Ice Arena. They usually get about 1,900 fans a game. Had 1,500 here for last night's game, but a little bit sparse in the crowd today because it's been switched to an afternoon game. Bill Emiot facing off, and the puck goes down into the Vulcan zone. Taking the shot is Anzalone, the save by Ryan. Back onto the stick of Perper. Anzalone is out in front. He can't get to it. Brickley, and it's broken up by Anzalone again. Rob Hubbard at the neutral zone, trying to get to the puck. Now the checking picking up here a bit as we get into the second part of the first period.
Interference call.
Got an interference call back there, Glenn.
The tempo of the game is picking up considerably, Larry. I missed that interference call, obviously interfering with the forechecker going in there. In addition to seeing the two premier centermen in the league, we're probably seeing the two most aggressive goalkeepers. Brad Ryan for the Vulcans has been likened to Billy Smith. He has 62 minutes in penalties already this season. And at the other end, Jim Dalton is obviously a very aggressive, challenging type goalkeeper.
All right, that penalty at the 11:53 mark of the first period, interference called on Rob Hubbard, number 5. So that gives the Buccaneers a man advantage. Really, power plays could be a big difference in this game based on the way these teams played last night.
I think the Vulcans had 4 last night to make the difference in that game.
All right, trying to spread things out here as they've got the man advantage. This is Perper in the corner. Bishop trying to camp out in front of the goal, and they won't let him. Mishler has it now, out at the blue line. He's at the point. Anzalone has it. Back inside to Bishop. Center ice to Hammer. This is Perper with the puck. There's Bishop. He who hesitates, and that's what Bishop did. Perper with the shot. It's blocked by a defender. Perper with the puck once again behind the goal. Steve Hammer back there with him, playing catch. Mishler trying to break free in front of the crease. Here's Bishop from the circle. The shot, the save by Ryan. And we're going to get a high stick, I think, Glenn.
Yeah, it was played with the stick above the waist in the call. We're seeing an example of the Vulcans staying very disciplined in the box and did an excellent job there. However, you're taking a little bit of a chance with as talented a high-scoring machine as Des Moines here with fellows like Perper that if you let them handle it long enough, they're going to come up with a real good chance, and then the Vulcans started to challenge them a little bit more and were effective in killing the penalty then.
Well, the Buccaneers have their hot shots out there. Hammer taking the draw. The shot by Richards, and it's off the top of the goal. Ryan with the save, and it's a pile-up. Holy cow, that one was up there for grabs, Glenn.
I don't know if we can get a look at that, but he got the glove hand on it. It went up in the air, came down on top of the net, and looked for a second like it might drop off there and in. But if we can see here, the puck back, the shot. Ryan gets the glove hand on it, and it goes up in the air and lands right on the top of the net. Oh! Bounces out and lands there, and they're able to cover it up.
57 seconds remaining in that penalty to Rob Hubbard. Power play continuing here for the Buccaneers. Keeger back there trying to make something happen. Bill Emiot with the stick, gets it out to John Hagelin. Hagelin takes it into the Buccaneers zone, takes the shot, and goes wide. Buccaneers trying to get it going here. 38 seconds remaining in the power play. Perper hit hard by Dornfeld. Richards, he took the shot before that went off the post. And we've got an injured player over against the boards, and it looks like Bill Emiot.
I think the stick jammed into the boards, and Bill Emiot ran on it a little bit. That does happen sometimes. He was obviously very annoyed. I don't think at anybody. It's just one of those things that happen, but those kind hurt, and he's a tough little nut. He's taking it right off.
Looks like he's too gritty to get hurt. Bill Emiot. Here's the replay on that. You see him going into the boards, Glenn.
Yeah, if you can see him run in there. I know he ran against...
All right, back to live action here. The shot just saved by Brad Ryan. 22 seconds remaining in that power play for the Buccaneers. This is Pat Woods at center ice to Reinicke. Zimmer gets it. Here's Jay Cates. He's got a one-on-one. Slows it down a little bit. 8 seconds remaining in that man advantage for the Buccaneers. Nice job by Jay Cates eating up some time. All right, both teams at equal strength right now. Rob Hubbard out in the penalty box. He takes a poke at it. That's Jay Cates, number 14. Being ridden by Woods. Oh, the shot, the save by Dalton as he sprawls back into the crease. That Jay Cates is showing us something here in the first period.
He sure is. He draws the crowd wherever he goes. He had 5 assists last night in the St. Paul and the Vulcan victory here. Look at him fighting that guy off and jams right in front. Dalton was able to make the save again. Very nearly slid on the side. Good cover-up job there. But Cates gives the Des Moines team fits every time he touches the puck.
Well, Des Moines got 2 shots on goal during that power play. Could not convert, so it's still a scoreless game here in Des Moines, Iowa. 5:54 remaining in the first period. Well, Steve Witucky was going to try it with Steve Hammer. Instead, they decided to change it, so now it's Mishler going against Pat Gibbons. The draw comes right back in front of Dalton. He wisely puts a glove on it, and we'll have another face-off to the left of Jim Dalton. Witucky for the Vulcans, going against number 11, Steve Hammer of the Buccaneers. Once again, almost like an instant replay. This time it's pushed aside by Dalton. Mishler back there to get the puck in his own corner. Both teams at equal strength. We've got 5:40 remaining in this first period. This is Tim Mishler, another one of the Minnesota products on this Iowa team. Out in front, Hammer goes high. Back out into the neutral zone. This is DeMann with him. He flips it back into the Vulcan zone. And Hubbard is back there to poke it away. Mishler trying to get something going. He's going to have to come out. They'll regroup. Jim Perano giving chase on the far side as Keith Kova flips it back to center ice. Mishler flips it into the Vulcan zone, and Ryan stops it behind his own goal. Still no score here at the Ice Arena in Des Moines. Rob Hubbard going in hard on Perper in the corner. Mishler's back there. And this is Steve Witucky. Puck goes over the glass. We'll have a stoppage of play. Glenn, interestingly enough, you mentioned that line juggling, and they now have Mishler playing on the same line with Perper.
Yes, he's Ivan Prediger is trying to get all his eggs in one basket kind of there. He had that line together earlier. He broke it up, and now he's put them back together. I think it's really a little game of matchup that's going on here. It's very interesting to watch.
And now he's changed it around again because he's got Anzalone back out there with Perper. This is Gary Keeger at center ice. Referee B.C. Carey takes a hard hit. He goes down. Todd Johnson loses the puck at center ice, but Gary Keeger flips it into the Buccaneer zone. Erickson back there after it. Brickley back there for the Vulcans. Todd Johnson over in the corner now with Prediger. And we've got it frozen at the board, so we'll have a face-off to the left of Jim Dalton.
The big Mishler boy, number 9, a strong skating right winger that you saw out there a little bit ago, who, if there's such a thing as a pro-type player, he looks like one. Big, strong, skating young man, drafted by Winnipeg a couple of years ago, was briefly at the University of North Dakota. Here we see that action along the boards there.
Tough afternoon for J.C. Carey. All right, 4:16 remaining here in the first period. Still no score. Bill Amiot facing off right now with Jeff Lozer in the Buccaneer zone. Todd Johnson going in hard in the corner, trying to get it. Tries to kick it out. Bill Amiot's back there trying to help him out. Comes out to Keeger. Keeger from the point. Takes the shot. Off the post! Johnson back there trying to get it. Here come the Buccaneers. Shot by Dornfeld is blocked to the side. Keeger takes the man. Palmer gets the puck. Keeger gets it back. And on the line change, it goes back behind the goal. Palmer going after the man. That's Erickson. At center ice, Cates takes it away. Jerry Schmidt, and we've got an injury
behind the play here.
It looks like Prediger, the coach's son, down at the blue line. That's Pete Prediger, one of the few Des Moines products on this Des Moines team. We'll take a look and see if we can figure out exactly what happened to him on a replay here. Well, that's what happened to him. He got up on John Haglund and came down hard. Well, there's 3:36 remaining here in the first period at the Des Moines Ice Arena. You're watching United States Hockey League action. Of course, the Olympics are continuing, and in between periods, we'll go back to the studios in the Twin Cities. Ed Cairo will update us on what's going on in the Olympics, what has taken place today in Sarajevo, and we'll have some special hockey features for you in between both periods. So you want to stick around in between periods of this USHL game. This is Bob Anzalone tipping it towards Brad Ryan. He sort of guides it back. Jerry Schmidt trying to get it out there, but two number 7s going after it, Perper and Jerry Schmidt. And they freeze it, so we'll have a face-off.
Now we have the young Anzalone boy, Bob Anzalone, number 14, back with Perper. He's kind of a rugged character, tops on the Des Moines team in penalties. Kind of back up for Perper, I guess, in case things get a little rugged out there, and I'm sure they do with young Scott.
Now the Vulcans have it, trying to get it out from around their own goal. Haglund gets a stick on it, flips it. This is Jerry Schmidt. Flips it around the board. This time over to Tom Fulmer. Fulmer out of Hail Mary. Gets it over to Cates. And Cates is going to try to get the old motor going. John Hagelin gets it up to Fulmer. Fulmer going against Pat Woods. Hangs onto the puck. The shot, it goes off to the side. Woods back there in the corner. Cates going in hard. Boy, he plays all over the ice. He plays hard offensively, defensively, digs after the puck. This is Jerry Schmidt out at the point. Sliding it back into Hagelin. Hagelin has it knocked aside. And Reinicke sends it down into the Buccaneers zone. Cates has it, center ice, takes it in across the blue line. Takes the hit, still after the puck. He's got Fulmer going in at center. And it's taken away by Pat Woods in the corner. 2:16 remaining in the first period here at Des Moines. Still no score. Steve Hammer, he's quick. Makes a move, slides it into Bishkup. It's knocked aside by Dornfeld. Steve Witocki has it, 2:05 remaining, first period. And it's going to be icing.
Very impressive player this period has been the Tom Fulmer, Cates' line mate. Kevin Hartzell was saying how well this young man has been playing over the last couple of weeks, and you can see it out there today. He's really a threat each time he's out there. Great quickness and fits in very well with Jay Cates.
And the other man on that line is John Hagelin, who's been playing awfully well for this team. Only had 1 year of high school hockey, almost didn't make the Vulcans this year, and now he's moved up to be playing wing on that number 1 line. Under the 2-minute mark. This is Jim Toronto taking it across the blue line. Plays pinball with it off a couple of skates, and it goes back into the corner. Dan Richards has it for Des Moines. This is Gary Keeger. Keeger with the shot. Dalton with the save. Back out to the blue line. Dornfeld has it. 1:23 remaining. First period. And we're going to have a penalty. It looks as though it's going to be called against Dan Richards. And let's check that. It is not going to be Richards. It will be number 5, Keith Kova. Kova will go to the penalty box. Looks like slashing.
A minor penalty for slashing to number 5, Keith Kova of the Des Moines Buccaneers.
So with 1:20 left in the first period, a man advantage for the rest of this period and a little bit more.
We'll have a chance to take a look at the Vulcans power play now. Really impressed, Larry, at how well disciplined and coached both these teams are. You know, you see those kind of things and little things like the way they change lines. Both teams make sure they have the other puck, they have the puck deep in the other team's zone before they change. Just two very well drilled, very well coached teams.
All right, now with the man advantage for 1:16. They take it outside the blue line, have to regroup once again. This is Jerry Schmidt. Likes to play the point on that power play. And the Buccaneers clear at the length of the ice. Well, Cates, number 14, is the leading goal scorer in the power play situation for the Vulcans. He's got 10. Also has 10 winning goals for this team this year. Here's Jerry Schmidt taking it into the Buccaneers zone, but they lose it. And we're under the 1-minute mark. 46 seconds remaining in the first period. Jerry Schmidt once again at center ice. Into the Buccaneers zone so far. Not a whole lot of action on this power play, which produced 4 goals for the Vulcans against this very same team last night. John Hagelin back behind the net. He's hit hard. This is Fulmer. The Cates. Zimmer with the shot. And it's tipped up over the glass. 23 seconds remaining.
It's interesting to see how teams are now counteracting. Power plays have become so proficient in all the leagues. Here we see the puck back to the point, walk in a little, had a chance to shoot it. Defense did a good job of clearing people out of the way, letting the goalkeeper see the shot from the point, and under those circumstances, he can certainly handle them.
A little skimmer by Zimmer, too, just gliding right along the ice. Tom Fulmer in there, now facing it off with Mischler. Cates has it, 21 seconds remaining here in the first period. Zimmer once again to Cates, back to Zimmer. Shot from the point, it's deflected, and it goes high over the glass. And once again, we'll have a face-off deep in that Buccaneer zone.
Vulcan's doing a good job of moving this thing around on the power play. Most teams now, if you leave them alone and don't pressure them too much, they're going to come up with a real good scoring chance. And so teams are particularly in the National League in Washington lately, are challenging you all over the place. And it's interesting to see some of these teams adopting some of that style, too.
Cates gets the draw over to Hagelin. 10 seconds remaining. Schmidt tries to keep it in. Simmer has it at the point. 4 seconds left. The shot slowed down off the skate of Erickson. And that's it. The end of the first period. No score at the end of one at the Des Moines Ice Arena. And when we come back, Ed Cairo will have a sports update, so stay with us.
The Greater Northwest Vacation Camping and Touring Show, the largest show of its kind. Now through Sunday, Minneapolis Auditorium, with a huge selection of RV travel equipment, great ideas for fun in the sun, camping and backpacking equipment, and over 300 exhibitors. Make your vacation plans and reservations, and register to win a Kawasaki 110 three-wheeler. Plus, North Country Radio WDGY features great stars. They'll all be at the Minneapolis Auditorium now through Sunday. Don't miss the Greater Northwest Vacation Camping and Touring Show, Minneapolis Auditorium. This is the big one.
Whatever we do, whatever we say, wherever we go, there's only one way. We're in it all the way together, working every day together. We can't wait to show you we're the team. Wherever we are,
We are the team, the new specialists on Channel 5.
We're the team. We're the team.
It's a bitter kind of cold when you're old and the heat and money both run out.
I found some newspapers and burned them in the fireplace to keep warm.
Where do you turn for warmth in a cold world?
Heat Share paid for heating oil to get me through. God bless them.
Heat Share. The warmth you share with those in need. Everything you give helps. Everything.
We're between periods of the Midwest Junior Hockey game between the St. Paul Vulcans and the Des Moines Buccaneers. Here's the latest from the Winter Olympics at Sarajevo. Several events already completed. In one of those, 90-meter ski jumping, the United States came within 7 feet of a bronze medal. Finland's Matti Nuukkonen outdueled arch rivals Jens Weisflag of East Germany for the gold. And Jeff Hastings of Norwich, Vermont just missed the bronze, finishing fourth, just 7 feet behind Czechoslovakian Pavel Plak. Marja-Liisa Hamalainen of Finland won her third gold medal of the Sarajevo Games today with a victory in the 20-kilometer cross-country ski race. Her time, 1 hour, 1 minute, 45 seconds. Closest American finished 27th. That was Judy Rabinowitz-Endestad. Wolfgang Hoppe of East Germany won the 4-man bobsled race, his second Olympic gold medal. Hoppe also captained the 2-man championship sled from East Germany. The U.S. team, captained by Jeff Jost, made a fantastic comeback in the last of 4 runs to finish 5th. Igor Malkov of the Soviet Union won the 10,000-meter speed skating today. Mike Woods of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin was closest American, finishing 7th. Mark Mitchell of Minnetonka was 21st. In winning the gold, Malkov got even with his rival, Sven Thomas Gustafsson of Sweden. Gustafsson was second by just 0.05 of a second, but Gustafsson beat Malkov in the 5,000 on Monday. That's where things stand at Sarajevo today. Yesterday, a long-standing Olympic dream, one that had been building for 4 years, has ended. The U.S. Olympic hockey team finished its Olympic involvement with a record of 2-2-2. How did this team finish so differently from the 1980 gold medal?
We only had 2 losses in the Olympic Games. Nobody bombed us. 2 close games that we got beat in. There was no catastrophe. We're a good team. We've beaten some great teams this year. And everybody can't win, you know. There's years that you're not going to win.
You can't put your finger on 1, 2, 3 things. It's really hard. We've been talking about it, for quite a bit, and you can't put one, one problem or that sort of thing. You just really don't know.
No, you don't know what makes such differences between this team and the gold medal team of 1980. 4 years ago yesterday, the American hockey team beat the Russian hockey team to reach the gold medal game. Yesterday, the American hockey team played another Eastern Socialist bloc nation, Poland, for 7th place, lowest finish ever for a U.S. Olympic team. In spite of those differences, however, this team is a lot like the 1980 team. That team was young. This team is younger. That team was fast. This one's faster. That team had an outstanding college goaltender. This team had two that were better. But the differences were what mattered most. On the gold medal team, among the Mark Johnsons and the Neil Brottons, whose careers were only beginning, they also had Mike Eruzione and Buzz Schneider, battle-seasoned veterans of international hockey. Schneider scored the first goal against the Russians. Eruzione scored the last. Throughout the entire 2 weeks at Lake Placid, that veteran savvy paid off. This year's team was long on future, but short on past. It took just 27 seconds in the first game for the Canadians to make that painfully clear. There was one other big difference. In 1980, the American Amateur Hockey Association reluctantly chose a coach who owed them nothing, and they owed him nothing. In the end, he fulfilled their fondest dreams and their worst fears. This year, they rewarded a loyal, long-standing A-House member with a head coaching job. What A-House learned, if nothing else, is there is only one Herbie. 4 years ago, it ended with flag-filled arenas and parade routes and cries of USA. Yesterday, it ended with half-filled arenas, half-hearted cheers, and very few flags. What a difference 4 years makes. 10 members of this year's hockey team were from Minnesota. And a number of the junior hockey players you've been watching in Des Moines this afternoon are products of Minnesota's amateur hockey program. The Minnesota program is one some experts believe is headed for trouble. The nature of that trouble is the subject of a special series of reports which begins Tuesday, February 21st at 6 o'clock on Eyewitness News. A preview and Rob Lear.
From War Road to Worthington, hockey in Minnesota is an athletic way of winter life. 100,000 in the state play the sport. Thousands more enjoy watching it. It's a sport Minnesotans take pride identifying success with. A wintertime tradition Hall of Famer John Mariucci believes is headed for trouble.
We're starting to lose ground. We're losing ground to New England, and we're losing it fast.
Mariucci, more than any other living person, stands for the game in this state. The 67-year-old native of northern Minnesota's Iron Range decided long ago to devote himself to promoting and upgrading Minnesota hockey, a program Mariucci believes is losing ground to the east, specifically Massachusetts. And Mariucci is not the only hockey official in Minnesota that recognizes a troubled trend.
I think our tournament is so good that it probably is the #1 show in the nation as a high school tournament, and we look to that and use that as a yardstick. But if you go to the NHL draft now, or underage draft as some people call it, you'd have to say that the eastern states, Massachusetts primarily, but also Rhode Island, etc., are producing more drafts at this time than Minnesota is.
What is Massachusetts' high school hockey program doing that warrants such praise and attention? We'll examine the issues of the Massachusetts high school hockey program and tell you why the rules in which they're played under make them so drastically different than Minnesota's. And we'll be asking the question, is Minnesota's amateur hockey program a national model or myth?
Our players out here, I think, are as quick as the Minnesota kids. I think their skill level is just as good as the Minnesota kid. And by virtue of the amount of hockey that they're playing out here, I don't see how they're not going to get better.
The comparison between the two states was made after a 3-game series was played last spring. A series won by a team of Massachusetts high school hockey all-stars, 3-0 over a select squad of seniors from Minnesota.
It was actually humiliating as to how they controlled the game. It was just a matter of a couple games, but it was so one-sided that it was embarrassing.
Why was Mariucci embarrassed? Minnesota promoters involved in last spring's All-Star Series claim because not all of Minnesota's best players were eligible to participate. High school league rules in Minnesota would not allow it, while rules in Massachusetts not only encourage their players to participate in the series, but invite them to skate year-round.
It isn't now and never has been a requirement or a challenge or a duty of the high schools of our state to provide a professional athlete for the professionals or even a college athlete for the colleges.
Well, the difference is state rules and regulations have created a debate of sorts. We'll begin hearing the arguments, pro and con, when we examine the issue in the series, Minnesota's amateur hockey program, national model or myth. It begins Tuesday at 6 o'clock on Eyewitness News. And we'll be back in a moment with more action between the Vulcans and the Buccaneers from Des Moines.
Taking Advantage is out to show you how to get more out of life. First, Jerry Graham shows how you can travel to Hawaii, Amsterdam, and other major cities for free. Plus, we've got tips on how to dress for success when grooming your way to the top. Then catch a real travel bargain as we show off the country's southern coastal areas. You'll find the weather and fun are priced just right. Beat the high cost of living and have fun doing it with the next Taking Advantage.
Saturday at 5:30 on Channel 5.
Behind 1 out of every 3 doors in America is a person with some form of mental illness.
Ginger, do you ever get so lonely you don't want to get out of bed?
What's her problem? She flunked 2 courses and she's afraid to tell her folks.
You tell me where we're going to come up with the money.
Can't you shut that kid up? If you or someone you know is having trouble coping with life's problems, open the door to help. Call this number.
We're back at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Larry Burnett along with former North Stars head coach Glenn Sonmore, and the scoreboard kind of tells the story, Glenn. No score here in the first period in a game which has been largely accountable, that scoreless number right there, to the good goaltending.
Yes, the goalkeeping in each end of the rink was excellent in that period. It started a little slowly. They were feeling each other out a bit, and then there were some good chances at each end, and the goalkeepers, for young goalkeepers watching out there, one of the key things in each case when they were tested, they were out there challenging the shooter so that when they did get a little bit of a puck, was enough to deflect it wide rather than deflect it back in the net if you're so far back in.
Of course, Brad Ryan playing awfully well in goal this afternoon for the Vulcans. He's number 29 here, and here's that shot by Dan Richards earlier.
Yeah, we'll watch Ryan is well out there. He gets a piece of this. It goes way up, comes right down on top. I've never seen one like that on top of the net. They whack at it. Now nobody can seem to find it, and then they alertly cover it up. The Vulcan defense back there very efficiently helping out, too.
Now at the other end is Jim Dalton.
Jim Dalton, again, well out of the crease where he should be. Gets a piece of that up, able to his defense also doing a very good job of clearing people out of the way, letting him see the shot, and him doing an excellent job of staying right with it.
Well, as you can see, both teams are out on the ice. You see the shots on goal in the first period. The Vulcans with 12, the Buccaneers with 10. Tested to good goaltending. That's why we have a scoreless game at this point. One of the advantages starting things out in the second period will be a 40-second one-man advantage for these Vulcans, and we'll see if they can take advantage of that, Glenn. And we're going to be coming back with the start of that second period right after we take this time out.
All news, all morning, every morning.
KSTP Talk Radio.
I fish for a living and I don't leave anything to chance. Same with my income taxes. So, I go to H&R Block.
People who know their business go to H&R Block.
My guy at Block knows where to look for every deduction and credit. Just like I know where to drop the net. He does hundreds of tax forms every year. Seen it all. I'll find the big catches. Let Block find me the big refund.
People who know their business go to H&R Block. Eyewitness Afternoon
Stand by.
is Sharon Anderson.
Special features on Eyewitness Afternoon.
Dennis
overnight
Bob.
in places like Marshall, Mankato.
Eyewitness Afternoon
Inflation went up only
is news
students. That's what a survey of Wisconsin
and information for the day.
It's actually going to be quite nice.
And night.
Tickets available
Is TV tonight. Eyewitness Afternoon is fun.
to do something tonight. Go on.
Eyewitness Afternoon is designed to be of service to you.
Eyewitness Afternoon, weekdays at 4:30. Minnesota's high school hockey program. Is it a national model?
We're losing ground to New England, and we're losing it fast.
Or a myth?
I don't know if we're surpassed, you people out there, but we certainly have proved that we're right up there with you.
Tuesday, follow Rob Lear to Massachusetts, where coaches, officials, and fans claim to have the finest hockey program in the country. Find out what Rob discovered out east and what pro scouts, high school officials, and coaches say about both programs. Tuesday on Eyewitness News.
I don't think a wolf is either good or bad.
There's only one good wolf, and that's a dead one.
Well, the timber wolf is such a beautiful creature, so wild, so majestic. It's emblematic of the wilderness, you know, and the things that we have lost.
We are back at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore ready for the second period of action here after a scoreless first period. And keep in mind, the Vulcans will have a 40-second one-man advantage to start things off here in the second period. They put Jay Cates' line out there with John Hagelin and Tom Fulmer, Simmer, and Schmidt back on defense. And it's Schmidt right now who has it off the face-off, back to Simmer. Vulcan sliding the puck ahead is taken away by Hammer, and he flips it the length of the ice. 28 seconds remaining in that power play. And if the Vulcans are going to do something, they need to hurry up and do it. Up to Cates at center ice. Takes it inside the Buccaneers zone. From the corner. He's being trailed by Fulmer. He has Simmer out at the point. Simmer has it. 9 seconds left in the power play. The shot is blocked off the stick of Richards. This is Richards giving chase again. Both teams now at even strength. 2 shots on goal by the Vulcans in that power play. This is Cates taking it in. There's Schmidt. And it's taken away once again by Richards, and he flips it the length of the ice, and this time it's going to be icing.
Just one more look at Captain Jay Cates with a really a determined effort to try to get something going right at the end of the power play. He logs an awful lot of ice time out there, Larry, and I'm sure by the end of this afternoon with these 2 games in, 16 hours, he's going to be a very tired young man, but he must be a very well-conditioned young man, too, because he just keeps going.
All right, Scott Perper, number 7 for the Buccaneers, facing it off with Steve Watucky. Pat Gibbons tries to backhand it in, has it blocked away. Once again, this time by Pat Woods. And this is Mishler, number 9. Good hockey player. He's back behind the goal, trying to take it out on his own now. Headman's at the Bishop, and it's knocked away by Gary Keeger. Keeger takes it into the Buck zone and dumps it. Watucky gives chase. It's Gibbons on the near side, and he's pushed aside by Mishler. Action in the corner. This is Bishop. Perper now has it. On one-on-one with Dornfeld, and they get physical. And we're going to have a penalty. And it's going to be on Dornfeld, number 4, out of Stillwater. Elbowing looks like the call. And we'll take a look at the replay.
You watch Perper, very dangerous, of course, and Dornfeld coming across to put a good hit on him, and he just got a piece of him. I don't like to question referees, but I wonder if that really was deserved a penalty. Perper's very tough to hit, and he got mostly out of the way, and Dornfeld just got a little bit of it.
So the Buccaneers with a man advantage at the 1:34 mark here in the second period. Elbowing. Dornfeld goes off. And we'll see what they do this time. Todd Johnson trying to get the puck out of that Vulcan zone. Instead, it's taken away by Erickson. He gets it over to Perper. Perper slides it in. Backhanded by Bishop and blocked by Ryan. A nice save. Here's Erickson, the shot from the point. It goes wide. Open net, look out! Scott Perper. Now some activity after the goal by Perper.
Yeah, there was a little action down by the side of the net, and young Bill...
And there's still some action out there. We'll take a look at the replay on the goal. Watch for Perper. He's going to be to the just to the right side of your screen.
Right off the post, right back to Mr. Perper, who is another example of some people just have that great hockey sense and know where to get. Scott Perper's off by himself there. The puck came directly out to him, and Brad Ryan had no chance whatsoever.
And nobody is real happy out there as far as the Vulcans are concerned. Bill Emiott is going to go into the penalty box. He got into some fisticuffs after that goal. Nice job by Bob Anzalone, who took the original shot on Ryan, and he really got in Ryan's way, screened him, and left that goal open for Perper to score his 41st goal of the year. He has 53 assists to go along with it, and that was his 16th power play goal of the season.
Watching Scott Perper, Larry, is a perfect example. You know, we say to among the scouts, well, what do you look for when you're looking for the players that are going to be standouts? All right,
this is the activity. You'll see the goal, and then you'll see some of the activity afterwards.
Right off the post, right to Scott Perper, wide open, puts it away.
That's Rob Hubbard going after Anzalone there, and we stopped the action. It's got quite a bit more active after that, and Bill Emiott has gone into the penalty box. Also a player in the penalty box for the Buccaneers, and we'll check on that now. It's Anzalone. So both teams are playing at equal strength, but they both have a player in the penalty box. Here's Perper again. His shot goes wide left. So a 1-0 game. The Buccaneers on top with 17:44 remaining in the second period here in Des Moines. There's Mishler. Nice effort to get the puck across to Perper, and it's back in the Vulcan zone. Eric Dornfeld getting it out to Toronto. This is Kova at the blue line. Watucky in there trying to take the puck away. Vulcan's pressing to get that puck out of their own zone. Out in front, and Keeger with a big defensive play on Mishler. Fans here calling for a penalty, but no penalty was called, and we've got a stoppage in play. In the penalty box right now is Emiott in for 2 minutes for roughing. And as we said, Anzalone in also for roughing. So interestingly enough, in the USHL, if you get offsetting penalties, you put the guys in the box, but you still play at full strength.
Yeah, our fans might be a little confused with that. They do that like they do major penalties in the National Hockey League. This is an innovative league, and they're trying out some new things, and this is one of them.
And the idea is to get the guys to play. Cates with the goal! What a rocket by Jay Cates, the captain of this Vulcan hockey team. Tie game.
Perfect example. Wow. Just the determination and doggedness of Jay Cates. He was partially knocked off the puck and yet stayed right with it when it came loose. He just wrapped it right home.
Jay Cates did an excellent job. And you'll get to see a replay coming up right here.
It looked like we'd lied. Cates had lost the puck momentarily, and they got looking down at it a little bit. And the next thing you know, he had pounced on it and rifled it right back by Dalton before he had a chance to even get set.
His 40th goal of the year ties the game at 1. Jay Cates had 5 assists in last night's game, and he comes up with a goal here to tie things up in the second period at the 16:51 remaining in the second period at Des Moines. And it's Cates out there facing off with Lozier right now. We've got a hockey game here in Des Moines. Jeff Zimmer flips it out. Here comes Cates. Flips it back behind the goal. Fulmer's back there. He can't get to it. And we're going to have a penalty. And Brad Ryan, the goaltender, may have been involved at the other end. Now, you talked about him before. He's one heck of a goaltender. He does tend to get involved in things, though.
I didn't see what happened back there either, but he's living up to his Billy Smith image a little bit. Seriously, I know Kevin Arsto's been saying that they really like this young man. He's aggressive, determined, hard-working kid, but they're having to cool him down a little bit so he can pay total attention to that job of keeping pucks out of the net. But he does get involved.
Well, they stopped play and went back to check things out. There have been no penalties called at this juncture. And I guess they just wanted to cool things down before things got out of hand.
We missed it, and the referees missed it with us, I think, Larry.
Well, they caught up to it a little while later. 1-1 game here in the second period at Des Moines. Jay Cates now facing off with Steve Hammer. This is Jerry Schmidt. Puts the shot long, and Dalton hangs on to it.
There's an example, Larry, of usually early in the league, early in the year in leagues, they make the goalies get rid of that puck under a circumstance like that. As the year goes along, they tend to allow them to hang on to it. I think we'd be better off if they made those
made the goalkeeper get rid of the puck and then like that. And have fewer stoppages in play.
Erickson takes the puck out into the corner for the Buccaneers. This is Hagelin. The shot, and it slips off. Hammer back there with Hagelin. This is Fulmer trying to work it out, trying to make something happen here. Here's Richards. Richards going after it with Simmer. Simmer gets it, flips it back. Intercepted here by Woods, and he tries to take it into the St. Paul zone. It's cleared there by Simmer. And now comes the Des Moines team again. This one bounced down. We're going to have an icing call as Jeff Simmer gets back there. With the score 1-1 in the second period, we'll be back with more action here in Des Moines after we take this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the text of the President's statement. I will now take questions.
When is the sale?
Sound of Music's President's Day sale is now in progress at all 8 stores.
Will all merchandise be affected?
Yes, home and car stereo, TVs, video recorders, portables, microwave ovens, and major appliances are all on sale.
What is the public's reaction?
The public is totally in support of these low prices, but we suggest people shop early for best selection.
Could you give us an example of the sale?
I'd rather let the President himself do that.
This KTV 13-inch color with 1-year parts and labor warranty is only $168.
We are back at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore and Steve Watucky in on the face-off with Perper. Watucky comes up with the puck here in the corner. We've got a 1-1 hockey game, second period. Jim Perano doing a good job to keep that puck alive. Kova goes back in there on Gibbons. The puck comes out to Watucky, tries to center, and it's blocked away by Woods. Mishler gets it out to center ice. Dornfeld is there in the neutral zone. Gibbons flips it back into the Buccaneer zone. Dalton back there to intercept. Kova behind his own net. Corrado gives in and gives chase. Kova flips it out. Corrado, Gibbons. And Kova comes up with it again. Gary Teeger. In the neutral zone. Here comes Gibbons. Gibbons with the shot, and it goes wide. Teeger giving chase on the loose puck. Todd Johnson after it now. It's out to Mike Brickley at center ice. And Brickley takes it into the Des Moines zone. Loses it. The man goes after it, number 22. 1-1 game, 14:35 remaining in the second period as Rob Hubbard flips one on goal. It goes wide to the right. Here's Todd Johnson. There's Emriot. And it's off the goal. Well, that one could have been dangerous, Glenn.
That was a strange play. We'd had very solid defensive play, and all of a sudden the two Vulcans were free right in front of the net behind everybody.
Almost had a free pass out there in the crease.
It really was you watch how this develops. All of a sudden, here are two Vulcans home free. But once again, Mr. Dalton was right there, out-challenging, and took that one. I don't think the Vulcan kid knew he had as much time as he had there.
That was Bill Emmiott who took the shot, and maybe he did rush it because Dalton was able to make the stop. Emmiott giving chase on Tobin there. Here come the Buccaneers. Loser out front, and it's taken away by Todd Johnson. Loser in the corner working there. Johnson's in there. Hubbard's in there. One man goes down. Hubbard goes down on top of him. And Emmiott comes out with the puck. The pass ahead to Johnson goes a little too far, and Tobin's got it. Tobin gets it out front. Here come the Buccaneers at center ice. No, here comes Jay Case at center ice. Gets it ahead to Fulmer. He drops the pass for Hagelin. The shot, no, it's wide. Looked like he was trying to put it onto the stick of Tom Fulmer. Here comes Logan, center ice. It goes off the skate of Sean Sable. Jeff Simmer now with the puck. He's starting to lengthen out a little bit. Here's Hagelin, tries to slide it by Tobin. He does! Open net, he's got it! Nice move and a great shot as Hagelin gives the St. Paul Vulcans a 2-1 lead.
Nicely done, you might say, Glenn. Just a great play by John Hagelin, but two errors that young defenseman and goalkeepers look at. You'll watch the defenseman here go for the puck, which the cardinal rule, don't go for the puck. He slid it through. Now the goalkeeper makes the first move. John Hagelin doing just a great job here of taking advantage of play. Slides it by the defenseman, gets the goalkeeper to move, and pulls it by him very deftly and slides it home. Just a great play by John Hagelin and a little bit over-anxiousness on the part of both the defenseman and the goalkeeper.
Well, John Dalton has been super tough in goal, but he's given up 2 goals here in the second period, and that has given the Vulcans a 2-1 lead. All the scoring coming here in the second period. Pat Gibbons back there trying to give chase number 20. And you see a little more life in the Vulcans now. A little jump in the step as they go on the attack. Toronto's back there. Gibbons back there. Watucky trying to camp out in front of the goal, trying to wait for something, but there's no leftovers this time. Erickson flips it into the Vulcan zone. 12:40 remaining here in the second period in Des Moines, and the Vulcans have a 2-1 lead over the Buccaneers. Gary Keeker back deep in his own zone. Flips it over to Dornfeld. Ahead to Gibbons. This is Toronto. He's taken aside by Wood. The puck goes free. And Watucky puts a weak shot on goal, and it's saved by Dalton.
We just saw a great display of the Vulcan team of how to move the puck out of your own zone. If you were going to, as a coach, going to be putting that on the blackboard, that's exactly how it looks, Larry. Little pass to your partner behind the net, up to the wingman, on the half board, good look, and dumped it out to center ice, and away they went, got a good scoring chance. Just an excellent example of a team doing what they should do.
Here comes Biscup on Ryan, and it's off the pad of Ryan, and it goes wide. Boy, almost a big break for the Buccaneers there. Kova tries to clear it. Camp Sable blocks it away. And Kova now takes it again back in his own zone. The man flips it around the board. Sable in after it, number 21. Kova takes it away. Action back behind the goal as Bill Emiott gets involved. And the Buccaneers clear it out. This is Anzalone. He can't hang on to it. Here comes Biscup. Biscup with the long shot, not even close. Anzalone back over to retrieve it. Rob Hubbard going in with him. Back along the boards in the corner, and it's getting kind of rough down there. Here comes Mike Brickley. Brickley with Johnson trailing. Shot goes up and wide left. Brickley puts it back. Emiott tries to kick it off the skate. Can't hang on. Biscup. Smith trying to get in and check him away. Can't do it. Biscup with the long shot. Well, Glenn, it looks as though the Buccaneers are getting chances, but they're taking awfully long shots trying to make something work.
The Vulcans are playing very sound defense. Their whole 6 defensemen are playing very effectively back there, and they're not giving the Buccaneers much other than those kind of chances.
All right, the Vulcans are in the lead here in Des Moines. It's 2-1, 10:52 remaining in the second period, and we'll be back with more action right after this.
Where'd you get this price? That's not the weekend rate you promised me.
Of course it is, sir.
No way.
Would I lie?
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive, sir.
Only Nationals guarantees weekend rates. Just $19.95 a day or less for any car up to this old Cutlass, guaranteed. And if we don't deliver, you'll get $50 off your next rental. We give you national attention, and that's the truth.
We're in Des Moines, Iowa for United States Hockey League action. Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore. And the St. Paul Vulcans have a 2-1 lead here in the second period over the Des Moines Buccaneers. The Vulcans are in red. Puck comes long on Jim Dalton. He pushes it aside to Paul Erickson, and Erickson gets some company real quick. Tobin's back there, number 6. Puck out in front, and Dalton falls on it rather wisely as Hagelin was in after it, and so was Tom Fulmer.
Kevin Tobin committed a little cardinal error again, the defenseman. He looked at his winger over free on the boards and didn't give it to him. The opportunity was there, but no. Sometimes players seem to think, well, I'll find a better outlet here, and I'll break somebody away up the middle. And for young defensemen, again, you see that man up ahead, he open, give him the puck, and let him go from there.
Now Steve Watucky in there to face off with Steve Hammer, and they're going to try it all again. Kevin Tobin, one of the 9 players on this Des Moines roster from Minnesota. That's Reinicke trying to get it out. Dornfeld keeps it in, number 4. Watucky knocks it down, but can't get a stick on it as he looks for the backhand. This
Mishler gets it out. To Dan Richards going down the wing. Knocked aside by Dornfeld and Gibbons. Flips it high in the air. And it goes into the Des Moines zone. Toronto, number 17, gives chase. Now falls back. Reinicke flips it out. Mishler out at center ice. He's checked by Dornfeld. Keeger has it, looking for somebody to pass to. Slides it into the zone. And it's broken up there by Reinicke. Dan Richards, awfully quick. Can't take it in, though. And Dornfeld, once again, gets it out of the neutral zone, and it goes back into the Buccaneer zone. Mishler after it. Todd Johnson after him. Nice crisp passing out there between Mishler and Dan Richards, number 13. This is Kentucky. And Glenn, you mentioned the discipline and, of course, the determination of this Vulcan team. A lot of credit has to be given to first-year head coach Kevin Hartzell, just fresh out of college, used to play in the junior leagues himself.
Yeah, Steve's done an excellent job with this team. I saw them earlier the year up in Alberta, Canada, in a tournament, and whereas they played well, they're just a much better-looking team right now, and he and his assistants, Paul Ostby, and those people deserve a lot of credit.
Bill Emiot with the shot. It goes off the skate of Reinicke. And it's Reinicke who has the puck right now. Bounces it off the boards, looking for Perper up ahead. Perper hit hard there by Sean Sable. Now he's got to stop it to play. 8:51 remaining here in the second period. We're at the Des Moines Ice Arena. United States Hockey League action, and the St. Paul Vulcans have a 2-1 lead over the Des Moines Buccaneers. These two teams played last night in this very same building, and the Vulcans got a goal from Jerry Schmidt in overtime to win 5-4.
We've got the Cates-Perper matchup again here, Larry.
Bulmer back there. Cates on the side of the net. Sever, yes! Oh, you can't get a better setup, and you can't do much better when you get a chance, can you?
No, you sure can't. Just alert play by Cates again, and Simmer moving in off the point, timing the shot perfectly.
Nice team play, and as we said, that's that number one hot shot line of the Vulcans.
Or Jay Cates, take a look right out there. Simmer moving in and just beating him cleanly with a real whistling.
No hesitation on the shot either. No getting it on the stick and waiting to set it up. He knew where it was going to be, and he put it away.
He's gone in a hurry. And the play by Jay Cates that was so impressive is he took a real good look. He didn't throw what we call hopers out. Kids do sometimes throw one back in front of it and hope somebody's there.
Well, we're going to have a change in goal for the Buccaneers. Mark Morong of Brainerd is going to come in goal. No warm-up, no nothing. He just gets in there, number 21. Simmer, who scored that goal, made it a 3-1 game out of Irondale High School, originally out of New Brighton. Good defenseman, too, and he showed he can be offensive if he has to.
The goalkeeping change caught me off guard a little. It didn't look like the young man was having that much trouble that they'd make a change.
Not at all. Morong in the nets now, 7-7 on the year. Cates with the shot, and Morong obviously ready for it.
Like Jay Cates said, here, let's see if you're ready. And he was.
5.49 the goals against on Morong. As we said, he's out of Brainerd. Another one of the Minnesota connection here on this Des Moines Buccaneer team. What do you make a move like that in the middle of a period like this when it looks as though Dalton was playing fairly well?
I don't know if something was wrong with young Jim Dalton himself, because he just seemed to leave in a hurry. I don't know what went on there. As I say, it did surprise me, Larry.
All right, a 3-1 game, 8:16 remaining here in the second period. Erickson with the puck for Des Moines over on the far boards in front of his own bench, and it comes back into the neutral zone. Gary Keeger tips it to Watucky. Watucky along the boards. Gibbons has it now. Tries to slap it back in and can't. And Jeff Lozer is after it. So is Toronto. And the race is on. Lozer tries to take it around. Dornfeld takes him hard against the board.
He's got a penalty call.
So it's 7:49 remaining here in the second period. It's a 3-1 game, and we're going to have a penalty. And that's going to be called against number 17, Jim Toronto. Toronto was in along on that chase with Lozer, and apparently he got a little bit too enthusiastic. Yeah, the signal appeared to be a hook, Larry. I think that's what they caught young Paranto doing. His name is a reminder of his brother's and his Gophers teammates' outstanding triumph last night in North Dakota. I know from having coached there, you don't win too many up there. And Brad Butow and his team, although it can't change their place in the standings, I'm sure that was a very satisfying win for them in Grand Forks last night.
And it turned out to be a big win for those Bulldogs at UND, too, because they won their first WCHA championship based on the fact that they won and that the Gophers won as well. All right, a power play now. 1:46 remaining here in the man advantage for Des Moines. Mishler with the shot from the point. It goes wide to the left. Smith tries to clear it out. It's kept in by Perper. Back behind the goal, it's Hammer. Case out in front. Fulmer out in front. They tip it out to center. And Mishler picks it up, takes it back into his own zone. Well, Fulmer's hounding him down there, not giving him any advantage whatsoever. Here's Perper. He loses the puck. Ryan takes a look at it, called icing, and we're going to have a face-off. Just a little over 7 minutes remaining here, Glenn, in the second period.
We've got a real contrast in styles in these two top centermen in the league here. Young Perper is a bit more of a opportunist and not the perpetual motion that Jay Cates is. He gets just as much done, but he does it in a very kind of way that he sneaks up on you. He's not the presence out there shift after shift that Jay Cates is, but he has just as much. He's just as effective.
Keep in mind that Perper scored the only goal of the game for Des Moines on a power play earlier, so they're 1 for 2 on power plays in this game. 1 minute remaining in the power play for Des Moines. Mishler has it now, tries to get it over to Perper, and Perper is chased by Gary Teager. Perper takes it back behind Ryan. Centers it out to Bishop. Nice move, slides it on Ryan, and Ryan with a good save. Well, nice opportunity there for Des Moines. Really a nice save by Brad Ryan once again.
An excellent job by Ryan, and once again, evidence of Perper. All of a sudden he appeared, made the great play that set up. If you watch Perper coming down the boards here, made the pass across, and now allowed that shot from off the wing, and Ryan covered that with somebody standing right on his doorstep.
Perper seems as though he can almost turn it on when he needs to, Glenn.
Yeah, he gives you that impression as opposed to Cates' perpetual motion.
41 seconds remaining in the power play. The shot to save by Ryan, another save. There's Perper, gets it out to Bishop from the point, the shot. Shot by Ryan. It looks as though Steve Hammer, number 11, has gotten the goal, and so 2 power play goals are making this a real tight game for the Vulcans, who look as though they were going to take charge here in the second period.
Well, you know, with it, if we watch the replay, it'll be Perper operating out of the corner here. Watch, heads up, right back to the point. Perfect pass. The shot coming right through there. I don't think, it is deflected right in front there by Steve Hammer. And Brad Ryan had no chance at all. Again, the pass back to the point, moves in, shoots it. Young Mr. Hammer gets himself perfectly in position in the high slot and just changes the direction that goes right, it looks to go right between Brad Ryan's legs.
And he also picks up his 8th power play goal of the year. All right, it's a 3-2 game now. It's getting tighter all the time. 6:11 remaining here in the second period of play. We're in Des Moines at the Ice Arena. And a stoppage of play just in front of the Vulcans bench. Kevin Hartzell over there talking to a few of his players, trying to get things straightened out as to what happened.
You're right. The Vulcans appeared to be taking over, Larry, but then with the power play opportunity, Des Moines got themselves right back in the game.
Wood back there behind his own goal, gets it out to Pence number 20, and it goes off the skate of Wood as they try to get it back. Rob Hubbard over by the boards. And Pence comes up with the puck, flips it out to center ice. That's where Bill Emiott will pick it up in the neutral zone. And backpedal to Sean Sable. Back out to Emiott at center ice. Takes it into the Buccaneer zone. And the puck gets flipped over the glass, so we'll have a face-off. Three-2 game, 5:40 remaining here in the second period at the Des Moines Ice Arena.
Bill Amiot certainly doesn't pick his spots. He was involved there with Big Pat Wood, 6'1", 205-pounder.
That's the kind of player he is, though. He's not afraid to go after anybody.
I was going to say, he reminds me a little bit of Mike Antonovich. There's just the appearance of him a little. I don't think he quite has Mike's explosive speed or great puck handling skills, but boy, he is a feisty, competitive little guy.
Cates, Hagelin, and Fulmer out there for the Vulcans, and Perper comes up with the draw and gives it a long toss to Dyson until they bring it all the way back. On the defense right now for the Vulcans, out there Jerry Schmidt, number 7, and number 3, Jeff Zimmer, who had that big goal just a while ago. See Brad Ryan down there adjusting all of the stuff he's got to wear. Here's Schmidt. Up to Hagelin. Fulmer has it now, takes it into the Des Moines zone. Onto the stick of Hagelin, and the shot goes off the stick of Kova. Hagelin again. The man intercepts at the blue line. Zimmer flips it back. Cates in the corner, now back behind the goal. And here come the Buccaneers. Anzalone trying to hang on to it. They're now battling a little bit out there with Tom Fulmer. And Schmidt takes care of Anzalone. There's Hagelin up on the boards. And this is getting to be quite a physical hockey contest. Off the board. Anzalone goes after Schmidt this time. And this time they're going to call it. Well, physical it is getting.
Yes, the tempo picked up and the sticks have come up right along with it. And we had
Bob Anzalone, number 14, is going back for another visit to the penalty box.
He'd been annoyed earlier when Jerry Schmidt took him out rather hard but cleanly. And Anzalone came charging across, the referee watching him all the way. He had no chance of escaping that thunder.
Good choice of words. Annoyed. I like that. He was annoyed, and now he's annoyed because he's in the penalty box for interference. Yeah, he was throwing his weight around there for a while. And now he's sitting his weight down in the penalty box for 2 minutes. 3-2 game, so it's going to be the Vulcans going on the power play here. Got a man advantage at 4:42. So far, the Vulcans have not been able to convert a goal in their one power play opportunity. Let's see what they do now. It's just over 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period.
The goal here would be very big for the Vulcans right now.
Zimmer has it now, and he headmans it up to Jerry Schmidt. Schmidt back to Zimmer, keeps it in. Erickson going after it for Des Moines, and it's almost cleared, but it's off the referee. Here comes Richards, and he scores. Oh. A short-handed goal for Dan Richards. And how can you say anything when a puck goes off a referee?
I was going to say, this is one of the cases, Larry, where the referee or the official inadvertently becomes a part of the play. He certainly had no intention of being so. But if you watch the puck, hits the official along the board, bounces into the clear, allows Richards to be away. He's very quick. Cates is after him, but is unable to catch up to him, and Richards makes no mistake as he goes in. Look at Jay Cates coming after here, but look at Richards. Head up, just like he should be looking. Now he puts it up high, right past the glove hand of Ryan, and makes this a tie hockey game.
So it is a tie game now at 3-3, and just moments after you say a goal here is going to be very big for the Vulcans, a goal becomes even bigger for the Buccaneers as they tie this game. A shot here by Zimmer, and it goes off Erickson. Keep in mind that Anzalone remains in the penalty box for another minute 13. Hagelin trying to get it out of the corner. He gets it back to Fulmer. Oh, what a changing of the tide here, and what a turn of events. Zimmer goes way high and over the glass. 59 seconds remaining in the power play.
Short-handed goals can be devastating. You know, they take really let the air out of the team that's scored upon, give a tremendous boost to the team scoring it. And I think it's particularly when we had the case here where the referee, as I said again, inadvertently
certainly involved in it, but it was a very bad break for the Vulcans. Richards now has 5 shorthanded goals on the season. 57 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bob Anzalone. Here's Jay Cates. Has Simmer at the point. Back to Cates. Simmer again. 43 seconds remaining in the power play. Simmer with the shot. It goes off the stick of Mishler, and it's stopped by Smoron. I was taking a look over at that Buccaneer bench, and Jim Dalton is over there. Looks as though physically he is fine, so still some question marks as to why he left the game.
Yes, there is, but at this point you have to say it was a very good move on Ivan Predinger's part, because and sometimes coaches do that just for that purpose. It does tend to give your team a little bit of a lift.
35 seconds remaining in the penalty. And the power play is going by the wayside for the St. Paul Vulcans. Jay Cates has it deep in his own zone. Cates back there by Mishler. Cates comes out with it. Cates and Mishler, 2 excellent hockey players going at it here. Haglund has it. Bishop kicks it away. And an offside call. That one just got past the blue line, Glenn.
You got to be aware of where that blue line is all the time, and he pulled it out. I don't think he realized he had it out, and of course when he pulled it back in, he put everybody outside.
Just 11 seconds remaining in the power play opportunity for the St. Paul Vulcans. It's a 3-3 game. We're in the second period here at Des Moines with just under 3 minutes remaining. Woodtucky facing off with Lozier. That's Dornfeld over to Keeger. Keeger in the corner. Anzalone is out. Both teams at even strength now. And Anzalone quickly goes after the man with the puck, and that's Jim Toronto. Toronto with the corner. Anzalone after him. Tobin's after him. Gibbons is back there with him. And they finish the puck. 2.5 minutes still to go here in the second period. And the fans here at the Des Moines Ice Arena really getting a pretty good show. They got a great game last night, a 5-4 overtime win by the Vulcans. And now they've got a tie game, 3-3, with 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period.
This is turning out to be a dandy game, Larry. Both teams have to exercise some restraint here now. Both have excellent power plays, and neither wants to pick up any unnecessary penalties here.
Here comes Steve Woodtucky. He goes down, keeps the puck alive. Toronto flips it up. Toronto with the puck. Kicked aside by Lozier. Paul Pence now. Keeger's after him. Pass in front and it's knocked aside by Toronto. Heavy hitting in the corner, and it looks as though we're going to have a penalty coming up. And we do. It looks like elbowing, and it is going to be called against Des Moines. That Pete Prediger? Looks like Pete Prediger might be getting called.
He's putting on a little performance down in the corner there. Right before the call, though, just a great back-checking job by Parento there, saving what would have been a point-blank chance.
Take a look at it again here in the corner.
He really sticks them up there. Well, there it is. A stick up, elbow up. You had to call something.
That comes at the 18-minute mark, so for the final 2 minutes of this second period, the Vulcans will have the man advantage. You may be becoming prophetic here.
I'm not going to say anything about what they need.
So far, the Vulcans have been shut out on 2 power play opportunities. They'd like to change that now. This could be a big opportunity for them. Cates has it back in his own zone. Puts on the sprint, takes it into the Buccaneer zone. Richards is after him. Fulmer back there. Haglund has it now in the corner. Tries to get it back to Fulmer. Haglund has it out in front, off the post. Off the post, and Smoron makes the save. And back behind the goal, it is Fulmer mixing it up with Erickson. Well, Glenn, what do you say to a team when they give up a shorthanded goal that bounces off a referee, and it looks like they miss a power play goal when it goes off the post?
You watch Hagelin step out from behind the net here, make an excellent play. Right, beats the goalkeeper cleanly and wraps it right up the post. I guess what you can say, or what is going to happen here, Larry, is this is a real character check for this Vulcan team. You could become not discouraged or whatever and think, my goodness, what's happening to us here, or you can keep battling the way they are right here.
Fulmer had the shot there. This is Cates now with the puck. Back to Fulmer. A minute 17 left in the power play. A minute 17 left in the second period. 3-3 game. Simmer has it now out at the point. Back to Cates. Back to Simmer. Cates can't hang on to the puck. Simmer, a minute left. And once again, the shot goes off a stick. Goes over the glass. I've seen now Hagelin in a couple of games. I like the way he plays around the net. He seems to make things happen.
Yes, he does. He's a big, strong kid, and so that helps you around there too. But he's also very aware, and he has a knack of sliding to the open spot.
You saw the scoreboard. It's a 3-3 game, and we have got one heck of a hockey game going on here in Des Moines, Iowa. The Vulcans still on the power play. They will be for the final 58 seconds here in the second period. Kentucky facing off with Perper. It goes down to the corner. Gibbons gives chase. Perper gets it out, but it's knocked away. Kentucky looked like he had an opening. Takes the shot. Mark Morong has been excellent since taking over for Jim Dalton midway through this period.
Kentucky has a lot of time to tee it up, but Morong is right there with a great glove hand. We watch it from a different angle here. Once again, got a lot of it, too. Morong had to be awfully good. He's making the coach's move look awful good right now.
Sure is. 45 seconds left here in the second period. That Cates line is back out there now, and the Buccaneers clear it with 39 seconds remaining in the second period and the same amount of time remaining in that power play for the Vulcans. So far, they've seen 2 power play opportunities go right down the tube, and this one is in danger of doing the same. Jay Cates hit hard by Purple. Smith over by the board. Hagelin has it now. DeMann is after him. This is Fulmer. 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Cates has it. Simmer. 11 seconds. Cates. To Fulmer. 5 seconds. And the shot is tipped away. And that's going to be the end of the second period. And the power play opportunity comes up built. We've got a 3-3 hockey game. Well, Glenn, we saw a first period where the goaltenders really took over and took charge of the game. We've seen a second period here where we've seen the shooters get at it. We've seen a change in goaltenders, and we've really seen a change in momentum flip-flopping back and forth.
We've seen a little of everything, Larry. We certainly are. It was a period with a lot of goals, although I didn't think the goalkeeping was that bad in any event. The specialty teams play is becoming a very big item, as so often it does. I know that the Vulcans have come up empty on their power play chances and have even given up a shorthanded goal. So you're -1 there, and my memory leaves me right now. I don't know whether the Buccaneers have 1 or 2 power play goals, but certainly that's been the difference. So that's been the difference to this point. They're capitalizing on the power play goals. The Vulcans' inability to do so, and in fact giving up the shorthanded goal.
Okay, Glenn, we've teed it up for an exciting third period still to come, and when we come back, Ed Cairo will have a sports update, so stay with us.
The giant Viking Chevrolet means big trade-in allowances, big discounts. Oh, look at this car. Brand new, 1984 Chevrolet Cavalier. Oh, $6,900, $88. Now, you want to finance? That's okay. $49 down, $159 a month. How about this car? Brand new, 1984 Chevrolet Camaro with air conditioning. Oh, $9,600, $88. Well, see you here.
I'm Neil Murray. Join me Monday as On Your Behalf takes on the promoters of Turmeric, an alleged cure for cancer. You'll witness the heartbreaking experiences of some Minnesota cancer victims that ultimately sends the On Your Behalf investigative team on a trail of fraud from here to Phoenix, Arizona, and Tijuana, Mexico. Many of these cancer victims have been duped at a going rate of $3,000 each. I'll see you Monday night on the Eyewitness News Update. It's On Your Behalf.
Channel 5, Eyewitness News, the news specialists. We're the team.
American masterpieces by 18th, 19th, and early 20th century painters are featured in the Preston Morton collection of American art at the Minnesota Museum of Art in Landmark Center. The exhibition includes portraits by James Peale and Robert Henry, landscapes by Thomas Cole and Ernest Lawson, still life by Alfred Maurer, and urban scenes by Maurice Prendergast. The paintings are from the collection of the museum in Santa Barbara in California, and they're here through February 26th.
Are you looking to escape this long, cold winter? Well, did you know there's a tropical paradise right in your own backyard? Yes, it's the Tropics building at the Minnesota Zoo, a lush setting of Southeast Asian animals and plants at a very comfortable 78 degrees. That's above zero with no wind chill. So if you want to avoid winter, try basking in the tropics at the Minnesota Zoo.
This place is a real zoo.
And remember, admission is free every Tuesday all winter long.
We'll be returning to the Des Moines Ice Arena in a few minutes. The Vulcans are tied with the Des Moines Buccaneers at 3 after 2 periods. First, though, a report on the other side of this St. Paul Vulcans team. Larry Burnett has the story of the learning process which the Vulcans go through off the ice.
The United States Hockey League bills itself as a developmental league for college and professional players. The emphasis is, of course, on hockey. But the Vulcans, for one, have added another dimension to this developmental league.
The sum of the squares of two legs of a right triangle is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Now, I was shocked to hear that a couple of you never even have heard that.
Some of these Vulcan players may have never heard the Pythagorean theorem in high school. Others may not have been listening at the time, and still others may have simply forgotten all about it. But that's what these tutoring sessions are all about.
The purpose of it is to give these young men on the Vulcans a shot at college and college scholarships. It started last summer as a result of the Summer League when I was coaching for Butzel and Ron Woody in the Summer League. And Ron Woody, who was one of the managers of the Vulcans, who I had known for some years in junior hockey, approached me on the idea of a tutoring program for the Vulcans this year, including because of the fact they thought they were going to have some high school players, too. So they're concerned about these guys being educated, getting into the game, getting into college. And would I be, as a hockey coach and a teacher, be willing to take over the tutoring program?
And John Miller did just that. He used to coach junior A hockey, but maybe more importantly, he had a strong background in junior high, high school, and college teaching. So he put all that to work and came up with a program to help these players improve in their attempts to earn scholarships.
We've designed the program, and the books we got for them are books that they can study on their own. So on any given night, the attendance varies anywhere from 4 to 14 guys. They can study on their own, and if they have questions they want to come and clear up, they can, or they can just stay home and study. It's up to them. And we just emphasize 2 parts of the SAT test mainly, the math and vocabulary. By emphasizing vocabulary, they can attack 2 or 3 different sections of the test that depend on vocabulary. Straight translation, you know, this word means this. Antonyms, what is the opposite of this word? And then what they call analogies. This word is to this word, this other word is to the other word. So by concentrating on math and vocabulary here, we hope to raise their scores in those areas.
The classes only meet twice a week, and those meetings are usually after a hard practice and after a meal. Not exactly ideal learning conditions, but a start just the same for some young hockey players intent on furthering their hockey and their education.
In your SAT book, I want you to do in the sample SAT, page 18 to 20, do the verbal.
I'm just trying to improve my SAT scores a little bit. I took the test last year when I was a senior, and I'm just trying to improve the reading part and the comprehensive part of my SAT score.
You gotta put a lot into it on your own, at home and stuff. And most of the guys have been trying to show up. A lot of guys are working and stuff, so it's tough.
When you look at it, is it worthwhile?
Yeah, I think so. For a lot of the guys who want to go to college and get their SAT tests up, it's a really good chance for them.
It's always been my contention that hockey's a thinking man's game. I used to talk with Herbie a lot, and he and I used to agree that what you do without the puck is just as important as what you do with the puck, which means be thinking ahead. Where do I go now? Where do I belong on this next play? And I think the mental discipline of being a good student helps somebody be a good hockey player.
Now, let's bring you up to date on what happened at the Winter Olympics in Sarajevo today. No gold for the United States, but they did pick up 1 silver medal in women's figure skating. Rosalind Sumner has picked that up with a strong performance in the final free program. Katharina Witt of East Germany, who led after the second round, took home the gold. Some other pretty good finishes for the United States. Tiffany Chin took 4th. Elaine Zayak came in 6th. The United States came close to a medal in 90-meter ski jumping today. Matti Nikkanen of Finland won the gold, and Jens Wiesflog of East Germany the silver. American jumper Jeff Hastings of Vermont came within 7 feet of taking the bronze. He ended up in 4th place behind Czechoslovakian Pavel Plak. In women's 20-kilometer cross-country skiing today, Marja-Liisa Hamalainen of Finland won her 3rd gold of the Winter Games. The top American finisher, Judy Rabinowitz-Endestad. She was 27th. The East Germans, behind Wolfgang Hoppe, won the gold in the 4-man bobsled. Hoppe also captained the team that won the gold in 2-man bobsled for East Germany. The U.S. had a good finish in 4-man bobsled today, climbing to 5th. That team was captained by Jeff Dote. In speed skating, Igor Malkov of the Soviet Union won the 10,000-meter event, and Mike Woods of Wisconsin was the top American in 7th place. Mark Mitchell of Minnetonka was 21st. To win the gold, Malkov edged out rival Sven Thomas Gustafsson of Sweden. The difference between the two, just 5/100ths of a second. If you might remember that Gustafsson beat Malkov in the 5,000-meter event on Monday. We'd be remiss in discussing the Winter Olympics without saying goodbye to a special Minnesotan. Cindy Nelson has been making an impression on the international ski scene for the past 15 years. This is her last year of competition. Let's look back.
She's always been a worker. Driving, she made it to her first Olympics in '76.
First Olympics at the age of 20, she's in the starting gate. A lot of pressure, Bob. Really, the hopes of the U.S. team in this event particularly do ride on her shoulders. The other girls are inexperienced, and Cindy Nelson has won a bronze medal. Cindy Nelson is the...
And now, 4 years later, hoping for a gold at Lake Placid.
Better years, she has got to be terribly disappointed. There will be no medal for Cindy Nelson in these Olympics.
I'm out there because I want to win. I feel I've always been a contender, and I never have done it. So for me, until I can do those things, I'm sure I'll always feel as though there's something left undone.
Now, after a knee problem made it seem Sydney might not even pull on a uniform at Yugoslavia, she relied on that upper Midwest work ethic again. Moved in with ski team doctor Richard Stedman, repaired the problem, made the team, and skied in giant flower. There was no medal. The knee, which will require surgery now that the games are over, would only allow an 18th place finish at Sarajevo. But now that the racing career is over, the girl from Lutzen, Minnesota says she just plans to get the knee repairs out of the way and slowly ease into a less frantic lifestyle. After all, her teammates already call her Grandma.
I'm not a grandma. Do you hear me? I'm not a grandma.
Cindy Nelson, who developed all that international racing expertise at Lutzen, Minnesota, and who has been invaluable, really, to the U.S. team. We'll return to Des Moines Ice Arena in just a moment, where the Vulcans and the Buccaneers are tied 3-3.
Live, the USA Olympic hockey team versus the world at Sarajevo on KSTP Talk Radio 1500, #1 in news and talk.
Your lips, when they feel dry, weather-beaten, lifeless, you need something that brings them back to life fast. Blistex. Blistex brings your chapped, cracked lips medicine to help speed healing. Brings protection from sun, wind, cold. Brings moisturizers to soothe and soften. Creamy stick, ointment, conditioner in a jar. Blistex brings you both medicine and moisturizers to bring new life to dry, chapped lips.
I'm special. Electric service wants my name at the post office. Post office. Don't want to break nobody's law. No. Just got to go down and sign. That's all.
If you're a guy about to turn 18, you got to register with Selective Service.
We're back at the Des Moines Ice Arena. Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore, and we have taken a scoreless game after the first period and turned it into a hot-shot 3-3 tie here after the second period, and we have seen all manners of ways of scoring. We've seen shorthanded goals, power play goals, goals bounced off of referees, shots that went off post, all kinds of things, Glenn. It has been one ragtag, all kinds of action second period.
Yes, it's been an excellent hockey game, Larry. And it turned, when, as you said, from very close checking and no opportunities to all of a sudden goals coming from every which direction. Some very exciting plays and some strange things happening, such as a shorthanded goal bouncing off the referee.
Okay, the teams are getting ready to come back on the ice. We want to show you the goals in case you missed any of them. And we'll take a look at the highlights here as you saw them earlier.
Well, here, I believe this is the first power play goal that where we see Perper off to the side. The puck bounces off the post. Perfect position and no hesitation at all. Get that shot away directly, and the goalkeeper had no chance to get back in there.
All right, this is the goal by Cates to tie it up.
Yeah, this is another example of shooting so quickly that the goalkeeper never really had a chance to get set. Oh, here's the goal where he slides it by the defenseman and then pulls it very cleverly by the goalkeeper. Just a pretty goal.
That was John Hagen.
Yeah, that was. And there's the pass back to the point by Cates. Simmer moving in off the point, and he beat him cleanly. At that point, the goalkeeper was taken out.
We're looking for Steve Hammer, number 11, right here.
Yeah, moving in. I think this is deflected right from, if you saw number 11, Hammer right in front of the net, deflected that one and appeared to go between the goalkeeper's legs. Here's the end of the rush on the shorthanded goal, the one that bounced off the official, putting him right in the clear, and he went in, put it up top over the goalkeeper's outstretched glove.
Well, last night they went to overtime and ended up with a 5-4 game with the Vulcans winning. You see the scoring summary here. Perper at the 158 mark to make it 1-0. Cates tied it up at the 308 mark. Hagelin had that nice goal to make it 2-1. Simmer then made it 3-1. Then, doggone, if Des Moines didn't come back and score two more and make it a tie game. It's 3-3. You see the shots on goal. The Vulcans having an edge there, 26-18. After two periods, we've got a tie hockey game, and we're going to be coming back with the exciting third period here at the Des Moines Ice Arena right after we take this time out.
The Greater Northwest Vacation Camping and Touring Show, the largest show of its kind. Now through Sunday, Minneapolis Auditorium, with a huge selection of RV travel equipment, great ideas for fun in the sun, camping and backpacking equipment, and over 300 exhibitors. Make your vacation plans and reservations, and register to win a Kawasaki 110 three-wheeler. Plus, North Country Radio WDGY features great stars. They'll all be at the Minneapolis Auditorium now through Sunday. Don't miss the Greater Northwest Vacation Camping and Touring Show, Minneapolis Auditorium. This is the big one.
Coming up this week on Good Company. On Monday, join us for the first Good Company shopping spree at Rainbow Foods, where contestants will race against the clock picking up groceries. On Monday and Tuesday, field host Gary Lumpkin takes us to Utah for a celebrity competition with Ruth Buzzy and the stars of television's Dallas. And on Wednesday, for a little getaway from the winter, we'll be broadcasting from a place that looks like Mexico, the Granada Royale, for what we call our Almost Mexico show. That's all this week on Good Company.
Back at the Des Moines Ice Arena here in Iowa, Larry Burnett along with Glenn Sonmore. These two teams, the Des Moines Buccaneers and the St. Paul Vulcans, have met 5 times this year. The Vulcans have won 4 of those games. Interestingly enough, the Vulcans have outscored Des Moines in every period so far this season, and have outscored them on a total basis of 26-14. So all the edges seem to go to the St. Paul Vulcans here this afternoon. But if they can't get that power play cranked up, they could be in trouble.
Well, Des Moines is playing them awfully tough, and as we mentioned, a good deal of it has been the power play, where the Vulcans have been very impotent, and Des Moines has capitalized, and not only that, the shorthanded goal. Not only have the Vulcans been unable to score anything on their power play chances, they've given up that shorthanded goal, and that's been the difference to this point.
All right, here we go. We got a lot of hockey action still to go this afternoon here in Des Moines. 3-3 game. Brad Ryan says, wait a minute.
He's trying to get everybody's attention for something back there right in front of the... Goalkeepers are great housekeepers.
Something on the ice out there, and Brad Ryan said he doesn't want anything getting in his way if the puck comes that way. So it's a 3-3 game. Steve Watucky, number 15. Out there with 20, Pat Gibbons, 17, Jim Toronto. Gary Keeger is on defense along with Eric Dornfeld. It's Steve Hammer facing off for the Buccaneers. Keeger has it, and we've got 20 minutes of hockey to go here in Des Moines. Gibbons has it, leaves it for Watucky, slaps one on Morong, and he passes it aside. Kevin Tobin tries to headman for Mishler, and it's a two-line pass.
Interestingly, neither coach started their, so-called big line, and you wonder if both of them aren't realizing that with all this action in such a short period of time, and both the Purper line and the Cates line use so much that they're trying to give them a little breather and have them have something fresh coming down for through this last period.
Once again, Watucky and Hammer, this time just inside the blue line in the Buccaneer zone. That's Paul Erickson with the puck back in the corner. He flips it out for Richards, and Richards back to Erickson. And Erickson loses the puck as Dornfeld hangs on. Toronto knocks Richards off the puck. Here comes Steve Watucky. Toronto this time slides it in. It goes around the board. Hagelin's over there. Toronto's over there. Cates is out there now. The shot by Simmer. It goes wide to the left. Schmidt's shot is stopped by Smarong, and the Buccaneers trying to get motivated here. Mishler has the puck now. And the shot goes just to the left side of Brad Ryan. He flips it along the boards over to Fulmer. Here comes Cates. Taken away by Purper. 3-3 game, 18:43 remaining. Got a quick chance to see Kevin Hartzell in between the second and third periods, and his was a look of total frustration. Here comes Bishop on Ryan. Shot goes wide. Boy, that could have been trouble. Score early and big. Reinicke sends it back into the corner. Angelone's back there. This is Purper. Bishop now over in the corner, looking for somebody to throw it to. That's Woods, and he puts it back. In the middle, Bishop, backhander, off the post on the side. Didn't have a whole lot on that one. Pass in front, and that one was missed by Purper. Hagelin now over to Fulmer, and he dumps it into the corner. Line change now for the Vulcans. They bring out Emiot, and he makes a big hit early. This is Zabel at the blue line, holds it in. Emiot giving chase. Mike Brickley over there trying to get to it. He's taken down. Angelone comes in hard in the corner, and they freeze the puck.
Angelone and Emiot glaring at each other there. For those two, you can expect there's going to be some fireworks.
It has been physical at times. We'll get a chance to take a look at what happened to him down there in the corner in the replay here in just a second.
Well, here's the breakaway. That materialized so suddenly. All of a sudden, he's right in the clear, but Brad Ryan stayed right with him. Once again, got a bit of it, and it bounced up and out.
Back to live action now. Rob Hubbard tries to get it in. It's taken away by Paul Pence. He's at center ice, takes the long shot. Ryan grabs onto it, and they're going to freeze it. All right, a break in the action. Still 3-3 here in Des Moines. Let's take a timeout for this word.
$390 one-way drop-off charge? Nobody mentioned it.
I'm sorry. We're sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Please accept my apology.
Only National guarantees one-way rentals with unlimited free mileage for only $10 a day more than our regular low rate. Guaranteed. And if we don't deliver, you'll get $50 off your next rental. We give you national attention, and that's the truth.
We're back at the Des Moines Ice Arena. 3-3 game, 17:25 remaining in this U.S. Hockey League game. Sean Sable back there falls down, loses the puck. Tobin had it. This one goes out to Prediger. He takes the shot, and it goes off the side. Pence back there on the board. Loser's back there, number 8, going after Hubbard. He's hit hard in the corner. Emiot takes it out. Gets it up to Brickley. It's off his skate. And Damon has got the puck, and we've got a little fisticuff.
Got Rob Hubbard and somebody involved behind the play here.
Well, Hubbard took a double hard hit down there in the corner. Let's see who's tangling up with him here. Number 8, Jeff Lozer. Lozer out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Doing the tango with Rob Hubbard here in the third period. As we said, it was a big hit over in the corner, and you'll get a chance to see it.
Yeah. As you said, a 1-2 punch in the corner.
Probably didn't like the double dip.
No. One of those calls where he apparently wasn't going to call something. Then when he decided to call it, he called them both. For a minute, I thought he was adopting that no suture, no foul rule that the referees use sometimes. But then he decided, I guess, and probably wisely, early in the period here, to call something like that. It's going to maybe prevent an outbreak a little later. It is getting a little nasty out there, and you know, when you have games like this right back to back, in fact, a day and a half apart, you're going to have some carryover of a little bit of ill feeling, and this could be a very tense third period.
So Loser in the box for Des Moines, Hubbard in the box for St. Paul. Both teams still at full strength. They've just got people in the penalty box. That's the way it works here in the USHL. 3-3 game. The puck gets past Dornfeld.
It's an interesting rule. I'll be interested to see what their appraisal of it is after a season of doing that.
Richards breaks it up at center ice. Hammer has it now, as Des Moines tries to get some action. Ryan pokes that one off to the side, leaves it for Keeger. He's chased back there. Gets the puck over to Dornfeld. 16:33 remaining third period. We've got a 3-3 game. This is Toronto, and they're going to call it offside. Boy, at the end of just about every play, whenever that whistle goes, you see some glaring eyes and a little hanging on, a little grabbing.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Larry, it's a little tense. Although the fact that the game is so close is going to mitigate against any nonsense, I think, because I know how the players feel and the coaches. You don't want to be the one that takes a silly penalty here and cost your team a game.
All right, Cates and Hammer right now, and the draw goes off to the side where Fulmer has it. Fulmer on the wing, tries to slide it forward for Hagelin. He can't get to it. This is Cates. Cates out to Schmidt. Schmidt with the shot, and the save by Smirnoff.
We watch Cates again look to the point, make the good pass. He takes the look back to the point to Jerry Schmidt, who steps in and gets the shot away very quickly. Once again, the Des Moines team doing a good job of keeping people away from the front of the net. In Paul Erickson, number 2 for Des Moines, and Jerry Schmidt for the Vulcans, we got two very excellent offensive defensemen. Another chance for Schmidt right off the faceoff.
And once again, the shot.
I have been struck so far how similar those two men, their leaders back there on defense for them. Erickson, number 2, you see out there for them, and Schmidt for the Vulcans.
Schmidt keeps it in as it bounces off his leg, but it goes over to Loser. And a stoppage of play once again, icing. They'll take it all the way back down. The face-off will be to the left of Mark Moran. Three game.